Hi guys, this is Ashley back with another podcast episode. Today we're going to get into a few different topics. This topic might be a little sensitive to the sensitive people. So click off if you are sensitive because we don't have time for that. But we're about to get into some things. Now, the first topic we're going to discuss is why do rich Black women or celebrity Black women mostly, not all, okay, there's a few of them that don't, but mostly date down in the industry, okay? Now, you may be wondering, why did I decide to talk about this topic? Well, I was thinking to myself when the whole Kiki situation happened, I was like, how did she get tied up and knocked up? You know, they didn't tie the knot, but, you know, she got knocked up and tied up with this broke, insecure man, okay? And I'm like, nobody that got money want to date Kiki? Because I feel like if she had a better option, I don't think he was her first option, okay? And I think a lot of Black women in the industry, when they get to a certain status, their options get lower and lower. And I'm going to tell you why. A lot of Black men, not all, but most of them, when they get to a certain status, they date women outside of their race, okay? Because women outside of their race seem or are deemed as exotic. And Black women are known to have strong personalities. And I think a lot of men get intimidated by Black women's personalities, okay? And so that's why they tend to go outside of the race because, white women and Spanish women might be more submissive. Even though I really don't believe that. I think that that's a myth that Black men made up. But I feel like a lot of women, like, the Rihannas, the Oprahs, even Whitney, R.I.P., the Kikis, they be dating down. And it kind of shows that it's like a reoccurring thing in the industry. And for like a Kiki Palmer, I felt like she didn't really have a lot of options because Kiki Palmer, she just got thick. It's not like she got a BBL. Surgery is really big in the industry. She got a big personality and she not light-skinned like Zendaya. So a lot of men with money, they may not look in her direction. They might like, oh, she might be too much for me. Okay? Because I'm like, why Kiki got tied up with this man? And the same thing with Rihanna. When you think about it, I don't think ASAP the colorist was Rihanna's first option. I'm sorry. I don't believe that. Rihanna wanted to marry Hassan. Let's be very clear. Okay? But Hassan's family did not want that to happen. And it was going to be a cultural difference anyway. Okay? And if Champagne Thickums had not cheated on her, they probably could have had, a longer relationship. I don't think it would have lasted the test of time, but the relationship probably could have been a little bit longer. Okay? But she got stuck with ASAP the colorist, who was definitely not on her level. And he knocked her up and didn't even put a ring on it. That's my whole thing is like, these girls be getting knocked up and no rings, no engagements or nothing. That's another thing. And I don't believe that all of them don't want to get married. Okay? Now, I know Rihanna got to protect her $1 billion empire, but I definitely think that Rihanna and Kiki would get married. I definitely think Rihanna would marry ASAP the colorist. 100%. She'll just get a nice little prenup, but she would walk down the aisle with that man. Now, to me, dating down is not always financial, though. Okay? I feel like if a person has a lot of baggage, it could be dating down, too. Like when Ciara was dating Future, who already had like 7 kids and 7 baby mamas. Okay? That's dating down. I don't know how she got tied up with Future, but thank goodness she leveled up and found Russell Wilson. But I really think that there's something going on. I feel like a lot of Black women, when you get to a certain status, it's just harder to date like a man on your level or even like a Black man because they want the Instagram thoughts, okay? They don't want a woman with a big personality. You know what I'm saying? They want you to be submissive. And then on top of that, they don't want to put no ring on it. They want you to have all the children in the world and don't put no ring. Okay? Like for me, when Keke Palmer broke ass boyfriend was saying, oh, I'm a traditionalist and oh, I have morals. Well, you didn't have morals when you was thotting and bumping and humping and dumping. Keke Palmer knocked her up and then you didn't put no ring. So you don't have that much morals, in my opinion. Okay? And then also, people put him on blast for the fact that he had gotten another girl pregnant. Let's put the cheese on a cracker. He had gotten another girl pregnant. And he asked that girl to get an abortion. Okay? So that way he can continue his relationship with Keke Palmer, allegedly. So to me, you don't got that much morals and tradition if you asking for abortions. Just like your hoe ass brother who knocked up a cast member on Insecure. Okay? If you don't know who his brother is, he used to be on Insecure. The show I think got canceled or whatever is on HBO Max. And he had a girlfriend and he knocked up the girl, the dark-skinned girl on Insecure and had a baby with her. What happened to the morals with that? So to me, the Jackson thoughts don't have no morals. And then on top of that, he had the audacity to, give commands to Keke when you don't pay no bills and you didn't give no ring. And then no shade, Gabrielle Union, I got to get on her too. I feel like she married down. Dwayne Wade, yes, he's rich, but he had a baby on you. Okay, a breakup baby. Girl, stop. He had a baby on you. He was cheating on you. And your ex-husband cheated on you. You was dating down. And then I remember Gabrielle Union said she was dating some football player and she was paying all of the bills. And he was cheating. That's dating and marrying down. Okay? What's up with that? But I'm telling you, it's because a lot of women, black women in the industry are deemed as like masculine and not submissive, okay? Eve kind of lucked up though because she got a man with money and class. Eve lucked up, okay? But that don't mean he not cheating though. We don't know that for sure. But, at least she not, paying bills for somebody that's cheating on her, okay? So I just don't understand it. I mean, I understand it, but I'm like, damn, like there's a lot of women. And then scratch off, dating a married man is dating down. I gotta pull you in to the front of the congregation. Scratch off, you dating down if you messing with 21 Average who has 3 kids by his baby mama. And he's married to that girl. You dating down. There are hella rappers that would date scratch off. Will they pay all her bills, though, like 21 Average does? That might be the question of the day. So I got to call scratch off into the front of the congregation because no shade. Now, one thing I will say about Rihanna, and I should have said it earlier in the video, Rihanna and ASAP, they complement each other very well. Personality-wise, you can tell. But still, he's not on her level, and he wasn't her first choice. Okay, she even said that she kept ASAP the colorist in the friend zone for years. Okay, so clearly she was never really interested in him romantically. Well, in a relationship-wise, I'm sure she was smashing. But relationship-wise, she was never really interested. And then for Nicki, I feel like Nicki likes to be in control. I think Nicki likes to date men that are purposely not in the industry. She already had Weak Mill. And Weak Mill was a blabbermouth and he was abusive. So I feel like Nicki likes to date men that are not in the industry. So that way she can have some more control. Okay? And the good thing about Kenny is that he doesn't have any social media. Well, he might not have any social media that's public. He might have like a burner account or something like that. So he don't have to be a chatty patty like Safari and Weak Mill. And like I told you guys before, I believe that dating down is not just financial. I think it has to do with personality. If a person is abusive, of a person has baggage, and that's what Weak Mill had. He had a lot of baggage. You know, Kenny got some baggage too. His background not squeaky clean, but Weak Mill was a big mouth, and I never liked them together. The Omika fan pages, I'm like, what is this? Now, this was before I had YouTube, so I wasn't really talking about Weak Mill and Nicki, but when the Omika fan pages started, I was like, oh, hell no. Okay? I think Weak Mill tried to use Nicki Minaj to elevate his career. Okay? I think that he purposely got with Nicki Minaj because he got into certain rooms with Nicki Minaj. Same thing with Holly Bailey. I think Holly Bailey is dating down with DDG. Yeah, DDG got money, but he don't got status. You can have money and you don't got status. All the red carpet events that he went to in the last 2 years was because of Holly Bailey. Let's be very clear. Okay? She gets him into rooms that he cannot get into by himself. And he knows that. And I don't think that he would be dating Holly Bailey if she was Holly Bailey from Subway. If she was Holly Bailey from State Farm, he would not be dating her. Let's be very clear. Okay? He's dating her because she has some clout. Just like how he dated Ruby Rose because she had clout. He's a clout chaser. Okay? So, to me, I think Holly Bailey, unfortunately, is dating down. Now, like I said before, it's not just financial, but I wish a lot of black women would, date up like the Kardashians. That's just all I'm saying. Because, you can say whatever you want about the Kardashians. Oh, they're baby mamas. None of them are married. But they only date people that are popping or have some clout and some money. Okay, except Chris, because she about 70. Okay, so she is sugar mama. But Khloe, she dated ballers. She dated rappers, the game, people with more clout. Okay, Tristan Thompson, Lamar Odom. Now, Tristan, I didn't really know too much about him, but he did have an $80 million contract a few years ago when he first got with Khloe. Now he sucks, so he's not getting an $80 million contract. But when he first got with Khloe, thanks to LeBron James, he had an $80 million contract. Kendall and Kim, they date ballers and rappers. And Kim got with Kanye when he was popping. See, the Kardashians, they're very smart. See, the Kardashians would not link up with Kanye if it was Kanye 2023. They got with Kanye when he was popping. Okay? When he was still cool with Camel Face and Queen Bee, and she was able to go to the Scammies and the EBT Awards and do the red carpets. Now Kanye is blacklisted. The Kardashians want no part. Okay? They know when to cut them loose. The reason why it's important to not date down, because sometimes when you date down, you might end up in a situation like Wendy Williams and Mary J. Blige, when you gotta pay child support and spousal support. I think it's just spousal between, Mary and Wendy. But, who wants to do that? Nobody. I don't think women should be paying no spousal support. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. Or they try to latch on to get a bigger career like Safari. I believe when Safari broke up with Nicki Minaj, he thought that his career was going to skyrocket. That's why he went on Love and Hip Hop right after. He really thought he was going to turn into Cardi B. He thought his career was going to skyrocket being linked to Nicki Minaj, and it's still in the toilet. Because God don't like ugly, and that's why God took his hairline back, as Nicki said. Now, with that being said, I think that more black women in the industry, they got to start dating up, moving like the Kardashians. That's all I got to say about that. Because I just be noticing there's a lot of black women that just be dating down. Even Oprah, she was dating down. I don't know who Stedman is. I just know she take care of him. But moving on from that, Matthew Knowles is broke, okay, as we discussed on my main channel. And his mistress, that one that was smashing him while he was married to Tina Knowles, wants Queen Bee to acknowledge her half-brother, okay? And, some people were saying that she should acknowledge the half-brother and help them out. Now, in my opinion, affair babies don't get the benefit of help. Okay, now, if Matthew Knowles had children before he got with Tina, then I can understand. You know what I'm saying? But Jezebel, affair, lustful, mistress babies, absolutely not. Okay? You're going to have to get it on your own. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the relationship did not start in a positive foundation. Okay? It started out of lust. You broke up a marriage. So you got to face that karma. I'm just saying. I'm not taking care of no Jezebel babies. Sorry. And I think that Queen Bee has enough stuff she have to worry about because of Camel Face. Because Camel Face already has made Queen Bee a stepmother to several children that he does not claim. So she already got her hands full and tied. If we really talking about it, Queen Bee probably got like 7 children in total between, what Camel Face, have without her and Blue, Rumi, and Sir. Okay? And that's really no shade, but Camel Face, he just don't claim all of his children, but he do got children outside of Queen Bee. Okay? It's just that he richer, he's able to keep it under the rug. And with him not wanting to take a paternity test, even though, his son wants him to, he don't want to take the paternity test, he's able to avoid being blasted, okay? He's able to avoid it because he got that shmoney, okay? So he can stall. See, when you broke, you can't stall in court because you still got to pay the lawyers. But when you're rich, you can stall. So with that being said, I think she has enough to worry about with Camel Face and his affairs and his other children. You don't need to be worried about no Matthew Knowles. You effed up. You should have kept it in your pants, okay? Now, I know that Tina Knowles, she's okay looking woman. He tried to say that she was ugly on the Breakfast Club, and she's not. Matthew Knowles, he just mean. But at the end of the day, he should have respected his vows and divorced Tina Knowles and then move on with another woman. That's the right thing to do. But when you start having affairs and getting somebody knocked up, I can't respect it. So I have no sympathy. So in my opinion, I think that the mother needs to apply to Kohl's, go get a job, a job. I think Kohl's is hiring. McDonald's is hiring. I heard Chipotle is hiring. Okay, Chipotle is hiring. So you got options. Go get it. Stop being a moocher. You made your bed, you gotta lie in it. Next topic I just want to discuss briefly is Ice Spice getting a mini hate train? I've noticed that a lot of people on social media used to F with Ice Spice, but ever since she linked up with Nicki Minaj, the table has swiftly turned. Now, she previewed some new music. The snippets sound okay to me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a huge Ice Spice fan. I think that her music is cool, but it doesn't move me. I don't go out of my way to listen to Ice Spice. But it's cool. You know what I'm saying? I think that she's a better rapper than Sweetie. People get upset when I say that, but to me, Ice Spice sound better than Sweetie. Sweetie's EP that sold 2K was completely trash. Doo-doo. Okay? Doo-doo crust. It was garbage. Ice Spice, at least she can put a bar together and not sound like a moron, okay? Because Sweetie, sometimes her raps don't even be making sense. And the thing is, Sweetie be trying to rap fast too. Like, she swears she bust her rhymes. Like, she be trying to rap fast. It's like, girl, you are not that talented, okay? Rap at a normal pace. But anyway, I think that the problem with Ice Spice is that there are women in the game that are more talented than Ice Spice, but they don't get that shine. They don't get that push. Okay? It's not even the attention from social media, because I think people don't realize just because you get attention from social media, that don't mean you will sell. Okay? That's why a lot of these female reciters, they be shocked when them album numbers come out. See, Koi Fish, she thought with her 500 million streams of payola that, she was going to do well first week when that album dropped. But she forgot that she don't have a fan base and the Barbs are not supporting her. And then 2, the payola did not translate into sales for the album. That was single payola. You need to get the album payola, which you're not going to get because you're not white and you're not that poppin'. Okay, maybe if you were Olivia Rodrigo, Billie Eilish, they might give you the album payola, but they didn't even give it to Purdue Chicken. Okay, so they want to see what the fans actually want to buy. Now, with that being said, Ice Spice is definitely getting an industry push. I want people to know that. Okay, it's not just, she's getting all this fan support. The industry is pushing her. But it's the fact that other people are not getting those opportunities. And I think that that's the reason why people are not messing with her. Okay, because even though I think people like Ice Spice, there's a lot of people that are still not messing with her like that. I think she's okay. I don't think she's super trash, but I don't think she's that awesome either. And it's the fact that she went to the Met, she was on the cover of Vogue, and Doechii, Flo Milli, they're not going to get those opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Like, Doechii won't ever, be able to go to the Met unless she get like a top 10. Unless she get like a Nicki or a Cardi B feature, possibly. Even Scratch Off, she had a top 5 with Low Energy, even though that was mostly payola. And, she didn't even get an invite to the Met. But to be quite honest, like, who would want to see Scratch Off at the Met? Because she's not really a fashionista, but neither is Ice Spice either. I think Ice Spice is a trendsetter. I do feel like people are copying her like Koi Fish and Scratch Off. But, she's not a fashion icon just yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, she is not a Zendaya. She is not a Rihanna. Let's be very clear. I think that Doechii, when it comes to her look, she's a little bit more creative than Ice Spice. But like I said, Ice Spice to me is okay. Like, she's not that bad. But I think people don't feel like she deserves the opportunities that she's been getting. And that's why she's getting a lot of online hate. Now, Olivia Rodrigo, she debuts at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 this week. Congratulations. I'm happy for her because she was able to take Morgan Wallen down. And I like Vampire. I do. Do I constantly listen to the song? No. But I'm more of an R&B girl anyway. I'm not really into like the rock and roll pop or like the Adele sadness pop, I'm more into like SZA and Summer Walker. But I definitely feel like she's coming for the Princess of Pop title. A few people were saying, oh, no, she can't be the Princess of Pop. That belongs to Britney. No. Okay? You got to pass the torch. And Britney hasn't had that spot in a while. And she can't have that spot, unfortunately, because at the end of the day, you can't be the Princess of Pop because you dance around in your kitchen with mascara and eyeliner running down your face with your hair all messed up. How is she the Princess of Pop? She hasn't had a hit in years. I mean, you got to keep putting out music and keep, topping the charts to keep your spot, which unfortunately Britney has not done. I'm sorry. No shade. People get upset when I say that. Like, oh, Britney's still the Princess of Pop. No, she's an icon. She's a legend. Okay, I can't give her that. She's an icon. She's a legend. But she's not the Princess of Pop. She could be the princess of Britney's kitchen, okay? Where she's been twirling around for the last 5 years. Okay, twirling and twirling. And since she wants to be Kenya Moore, she should just go on the Real Housewives and call it a day. But let me know how you guys feel about it. I will see you guys in the next podcast episode and have a great day.